thought I might do an incredibly uncharacteristic news video because I spend quite a lot of my time, or I used to at least, a little bit of time every day on speedrun.com. It's a website, if you don't know, somehow that's quite a good resource for speedrunners to create their own leaderboards and stuff. There's a little bit of a monopoly on leaderboards in the world. There are only a few independent leaderboards and websites for their own speedrunning communities out there that are still thriving outside of speedrun.com. So there's one sad way to look at it. There's one good way to look at it, I suppose, that they've got this like quite simple and really accessible website, which is very easy to create your own leaderboards on. But it has been sold, or was sold a couple of years ago now, I think, by Pack, the owner, who'd owned it since 2014, 2013, when it was being during the inception and its release. And general consensus is from the time that I was around when it was still under Pack's ownership, I thought it was pretty good and perfectly all right. And then Elo bought it and came along, and a lot of people are very hostile towards them, including myself, to be honest. I thought that a lot of things they've done, if stuff they've done at all, has been unnecessary and a little bit cash grabby, and I suppose you can't really blame them. They want to make good on their investment on buying the website, and that's just the way business works, really. But they have recently, very recently, a couple of days ago, said that they are unveiling an entirely new site revamp. It's all been rebuilt from scratch. There's about a year of silence we've had from them, and in that time, me and various other people have been extremely critical of the fact that nothing seems to be changing. Everything's still broken. There are certain problems still that are very obvious and should be easy to sort out. But it seems like they've been working quietly on stuff, and they've now got this entirely brand new big release. Just ignore any of my personal Twitter stuff, by the way. I'm sure that I can't really be asked on incognito mode. I'm just on here because it's easy to check out and look at everything on stuff like that. But look at this look at this stuff, the rich text editor. This is something that forums had back in the day. They still have now, of course. You get this on, I don't know, the EA tech support forums, for God's sake. And now they have it on speedrun.com, or they're going to at the end of this week. I'll try and upload this momentarily after recording. Look at this. Look at this, all this formatting. You don't have to put weird, I don't know, formulas into your posts to get them to work now. That's a little ambition. I don't know how this is going to work or how this is going to change. It's a great little change, I should say, not an ambition. And this is a really cool post as well. I hope that they clamp down severely on bots. This is the only thing I haven't seen them talk about at all, but there are absolutely millions of bots on speedrun.com. Like, not millions, there are several a day, I would say. Just swarm onto the website, make spam posts, advertise gambling websites. And there seems to be very little automation in getting rid of them. They have to do, it's all manual. And I'm sure that we can do better than that nowadays as well. This is a really good idea. Revert your changes on a leaderboard. We don't have to just rebuild everything from scratch. If a moderator goes rogue, then they can just rebuild everything. I don't know why there's a volume control. It's just a video, I guess there's always one. You can restore the deleted categories. That's a great idea. I don't suppose that they are currently storing stuff that's already been deleted, because that would be... no, it wouldn't. That'd be a bit odd, but it wouldn't be too surprising. They were storing, as it turns out, the number of times people followed leaderboards, I should say. That's something that I was incredibly surprised at. They've had a few errors, Elo. I'd say fundamental errors, like adding comments that have absolutely no moderation at all, and they were absolutely public on all leaderboards temporarily. And then you can make them like an enormous length, and there was no cap on it, and that was ridiculous. I don't understand how that happened. We also know mods are excited for one too many variable mapping, which is something that we've needed since the site started. I mean, my God, people just create global variables and then say, this leaderboard category is irrelevant, because it's quicker. And it's sort of fair enough, I understand that. There's run management, search through by moderator, run, or all verification standards. You can kind of already do that, but not by the moderator or run. That's pretty cool. That's a really cool idea. You've got to go to the runner's profile normally, I suppose. This is the most exciting thing, I should say. Oh, you can also download, there's a downloadable version as well. This is awesome. So this is the big thing, right? I really am excited about this. This is something that on the website, let me go onto the website very quickly. Let me see if I can pull up speedrun.com. So I'll go onto my beloved Paint the Town Red very quickly. We'll see if you go to the statistics tab. There's this graph that's meant to work in theory, but it's swamped with categories, and the graph goes to this tiny little box in the top corner, and this is an awful system. It's quite cool looking when it works properly, when there's a sort of a sensible number of categories. We've got all this nonsense, and then you have to go through and tap them out one by one in order to see. Let's say we just wanted a history of Arena 4, right? Arena 4 history with all the Arena 4 world records. Right, so I've now got rid of all the categories. Wait, sorry, there's one more still up somewhere. There it is. Right, this is now just Arena 4. Yeah, I can't see. You've got to zoom in through the page like this, and then it cramps in some areas, so we can do that. So there's 200% exactly. We can now see the world record history. It's very cool when it works. It's so frustrating to get it to work there. Okay, the point is this is a bad system, and they are now revamping this quite heavily. By the way, if you watch my channel and have paid and red stuff, then you can submit your runs on this leaderboard, and it's pretty cool because we have video proof as a requirement. So you don't get any of the nonsense like in the game where your leaderboards are all just broken and not working. You've got people who've just cheated the times for the top 2,000 or whatever. This requires video proof. You just come on here, submit your time with a little video, and there you are. Use a proper leaderboard with video evidence. But it's under-supported, so if you want to claim 12th place, then Captain Null will certainly, to be honest, he's beatable here, 44 minutes. But anyway, that's not the point of the video. I'll go back to Twitter very quickly. So yeah, that's all I really wanted to say about this. I'm excited because I've had so much to complain about to do with ELO in the last few years, I suppose. They've just messed up so much stuff, but they've got this entire rework finally coming, which I think, as long as this isn't too buggy, as long as it's not too ridiculous, as long as it's been screened and it doesn't hide a bunch of stuff in stupid places, like the support hub, which is so hard to find on the current website that everyone just makes a forum post every day, like how do I request moderation on this, or something like that. No, this is really exciting, particularly this sort of system. I don't know what these triangles are, but it's a moot point really. You can sort it by this. This is such a sensible way of sorting. It's all good. I don't understand the rounded box. I don't understand this new minimalist design, but it's whatever. That's how every website looks now. You've got to accept it really, I'm afraid. Yeah, thank you very much for checking into this news video. Go and check out speedrun.com as well, because at the end of this week, apparently, this will all be added in. Yeah, it's really exciting. Look at this. Look at how cool this stuff is. I just look at this scope. Determines which it applies to. You don't have to go click through it one by one. I don't know. And there's lots of information as well for newer people as well. It just makes the site a lot more accessible. And I didn't cover this I just looked at it very quickly, but you can log in with these other websites now. You don't have to create an account, which is what discourages people from using the website in the first place. It's an obvious solution in some ways. I think they're sticking with their bloody boost thing that I hate, but I suppose it doesn't make sense. No one uses that anyway, as far as I can tell. Very few people who pay for support or use it, as far as I understand. At least they only boost games that don't really need boosting, and then no one reaps the benefits of it properly. I don't know. You'll know what I'm talking about if you use the website. But thanks very much for watching. I'll see you in the next video.